Hello students, my name is Naval Kishore Lodhi and I would like to welcome all of you to NKL classes. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the basics of communication. In this particular video I would be discussing about what is the definition of communication and what do we exactly mean, right? And what are the various elements in the communication process, what is the process of communication, means how does it process or how does it complete. And moreover I would also be telling you the basic difference between journal communication and also if we compare the journal communication with the business communication or technical communication one. Apart from these things, I would also be discussing about the importance of communication, right? So let's start today's class. If I talk about the definition of communication, so according to G. Brown, he says that communication is transfer of information from one person to another, whether or not it elicits confidence. It means basically communication refers to the information sharing from one individual to another one, right? Whether the receiver, means the person who is receiving this particular information, is going to believe or not, right? But still we need to share this particular information in order to complete the process of communication. But here one more thing is given in this particular definition, and that is, but the information transferred must be understandable to the receiver. So it means whatever you are going to communicate to someone else, that must be understood to that particular person or that particular group of people who are listening to you, who is your audience, right? So the communication will only complete when the message that you are going to send to someone else is understood to him or her or to them, right? One more thing here which I would like to add in this particular definition of G. Brown. Look, if you are asked what do you mean by the term communication, so in that particular meaning of communication, you can also relate it with the body language and also how we interact with the people, right? How we write a particular message, so that particular style, that particular manner of speaking or writing will also be included over here in the communication. Now next, if I say, next one is the communication process, and also as you are able to see on this screen that I have already used a picture. Basically this picture is also available on the internet, I have used from there. So here I just want to tell you that communication starts with the person who used to send a message. So here you are able to see there is a block over here which is written with sender. So sender is the person who send a particular message to someone else. Now if I'm telling you that a person who sends the message to someone else will be called a sender, so we are also using a term message. Then what is the message? So here basically message refers to that particular piece of information which is going to be shared, right? So here message basically referring to the piece of information which is going to be shared by the sender to the audience or to the receiver, right? Now a person who is called sender over here is used to have a piece of information in his mind. Like if I am a person and I am going to communicate a thing to you, it means before telling you I would have a conception about it, I would be thinking about it, I would be having this particular information in my mind, right? So this information which is present in our mind, if we convert this piece of information into the form of a written symbol or into the form of a sound signal, so in this case here the encoding process involves, right? Whatever piece of information you are having in your mind, if it is converted into the form of a written symbol or a sound signal. So this would be called the encoding. Now thereafter there is one more term which is message channel. So message channel basically refers to the things or to the tools which we would be using to complete this communication process. Like I am using a mobile to communicate my friend, obviously. So in this particular case, the mobile which is establishing a kind of network between a sender and a receiver would be termed as message channel, right? Next one point is receiver, right? Or next one element in the communication process is receiver. So basically receiver is the person who receives that chunk of information, right? Who is receiving the message or who is receiving the information which is provided by the sender or which is cascaded by the sender is called receiver. So here basically when a receiver receives a message in the form of sound signal or in the form of written symbols, so after receiving this particular message, he or she tries to interpret it, he or she tries to understand the exact meaning. So here a receiver has to decode the overall message, means whatever is written in the form of symbols or whatever is given to the receiver in the form of sound signals, he or she will have to understand it, he or she will have to interpret it in his or her own term. So this particular process would be called the decoding. So decoding of messages means you are going to interpret and understand the exact meaning of that particular sound signal or written symbols which is received by the receiver. Now again, when receiver interprets and understands the message given by the sender, thereafter there are possibilities that he or she will respond to the sender back. So this, if this receiver is responding back to the sender, right, by using the same message channel, then it would be called the feedback, right? So this would be termed as the feedback which is to be given by the receiver to the sender, and this feedback basically completes the overall communication process. Keep in mind, if the receiver is not giving you the response, if the receiver is not giving you the feedback, your communication process will not be completed, right? And without having feedback we cannot term it as a effective communication. So for the effective communication process, you have to use or you have to conceptualize the term feedback, right? So if you are not drawing this picture having feedback in it, then it would be considered as the incomplete one, right? So I would like to advise all of the students who are pursuing BTech, BCA, MCA, BJMC, BA honors in English or other courses in which they are provided with the communication subject or related one. So in that case, if you are asked about the elements of communication or if you are asked about the communication process, so in that case obviously you would be writing the overall things, but still you are expected to provide a diagram, because it would definitely provide a more realistic and more easier, if I say, piece of information in terms of understanding, right? So these are the basically elements and communication process. If I name the elements of communication once again, then it would be the sender, right, who encodes the message, thereafter channel, who transmit the message from sender to the receiver, right, or which transmits the message from sender to receiver. Next one is receiver. Receiver is the person who receives the message, and thereafter is feedback, right? But in this overall communication process, there used to be some barriers, there used to be some noise. So in the next videos I would be covering the type of noise or barriers, right, which is basically interrupts the overall communication, which interrupts the overall communication process. Now if I move further, then I would definitely tell about the basic difference between journal communication and also if we compare it with the business communication or technical communication. So as you are able to see over here on my screen that I have written like in journal communication we use it in the purpose of entertaining, right? For the entertainment we use journal communication, but to provide or to cascade a technical or business information we generally use technical or communication, technical communication or business communication. So look, here communication is same, right? Here communication is same, but what purpose you are having to communicate, right? Due to what reason you are going to communicate to someone else, that would categorize the type of communication you would be establishing. Like if you are communicating with a person or group of people just for entertainment, just for maintaining your relations, just to interact, just to know about them, right, personally or in a casual manner, right? So all these type of communication would be termed as journal communication. But if you are talking to a person in a formal way, specifically for a logical reason, like if you want to share an information which is to be considered as highly if I say highly sensitive and somehow required in your business, then that would be part of business communication. If you are sending a piece of information required for the production of a particular product in a company, then it would be termed as the technical communication, right? So business or technical communication used to be based on data and facts. However, on the other part, journal communication may be based on the imagination, may be based on the fantasy, right? Other things. And next one point is according to the style. If we compare both kind of communication, then in journal communication the style used to be poetic, style used to be decorative, and we also use bombastic words, like which the words which are very sophisticated, which are very decorative, right? Or we use if I say we use figurative language in the poetry, right? So that makes normal people or normal group of community, right, group of people to interpret it would always be difficult for them to interpret the exact meaning of that particular communication if that particular communication is using the figurative language. So this kind of figurative language or poetic style or decorative style and use of bombastic words can be utilized in the journal communication. On the other hand, in the business communication or technical communication, you are always expected to write in an accurate and precise way, right? So your style of writing, your style or your manner of speaking must be accurate and precise. Next one point is journal communication is used for the journal audience and journal readers, but on the other hand business communication or technical communication is used for the specific audience. By the term specific I means like if you are having audience related to the business, then it would be considered in the part of business communication, and if you are communicating something to an IT professional or to any other designatory who is working in the technical field, then it would be the part of technical communication, right? Journal communication usually does not follow any kind of pattern or specific format, but on the other hand business communication and technical communication always follows a systematic pattern and format. So these are some basic points which you should keep in mind, right? Because these are the only points which will classify the journal communication from business communication or technical communication one. Now at the end of this video I would like to tell you about the importance of communication, like what is the importance of communicating. So if I consider the social purpose of communication, in that case I can say, like if I want to interact with my friends, if I want to maintain relations with my family members and other relatives, right, so I can be using the communication process. If I want to entertain myself or if I want to entertain others, in that case as well I would be establishing the communication between or among us, right? But on the other hand, if I am using this particular communication purpose in the industry, like to cascade information which is required for the industry or that particular industrial domain, so this would be the part of business and organizational purpose. Like if I want to give you an order, if I want to make a request to you, right? And if I am seeking a kind of information which is somehow required to me, right? So all such kind of things, for all such kind of things we can use communication, and this particular part would be considered for the business purpose, right? Means from day to day life, if I say we use communication in both way, in the societal or in this for the social needs as well as for the business or organizational needs. So with this I would like to thank all of you to watch my video, and at the end of this video I would also like to request all of you, if you like such kind of content, then please do subscribe my channel, and also share this particular link with all your classmates and friends who are studying in different courses or preparing for any kind of competitive examination. For any kind of academic guidance or support, you may call me on 8800570162, right? Thank you guys, see you in the next video.